you people, right? What am I saying? What am I saying? What am I saying? Good afternoon. Welcome to Zanu Business Consult. My name is Jenny Hanyumar. We're at Copperbelt University for Zanu Masterclass. Well, are you looking for a place where you want to come and learn something about entrepreneurship? Think Zanu. So here at Zanu, we have different services you'll never go wrong. It's actually a nice thing that we're going to be physical and online. But I'm going to interact with a few people and ask them a few questions. We'll hear from our first speaker. Hi, Mr. Francis. How are you?
I'm
We
fine.
just have about 5 minutes.
Thank you for coming to ZANU Masterclass. What are your expectations here?
Yes, I'm expecting to learn more from ZANU Consult and from Mr. Chifunda. Yeah, so we are on the sales masterclass. Yes,
Interesting. Do you think you've come to the right place today?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Francis. Enjoy your time here at ZANU and learn more. And I hope you're going to testify out there and say you came and made a difference when you came here. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you so much.
We're going to have our next interviewer. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, thank you.
How are you?
Very fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Welcome to ZANU Business Consult Masterclass. What are you expecting here today?
I can say the expectations are quite a lot, but suffice to say it's basically to add on to
So we
the
just
knowledge
have
that we already have so that
one here,
we can
one
foster our entrepreneurial journeys and
there.
skills.
Is this one?
Interesting. Can you tell me, think ZANU?
Come again?
Think ZANU?
Think ZANU with energy.
Good. Okay, thank you so much. Enjoy the event. We'll have a last person that we're going to interview here.
Forward, yeah. And you hook.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Jenny is my name. What's your name?
Emily.
Emily. What are your expectations for this masterclass over here?
I'm expecting to learn a lot. Starting a business, going in tech. I think it's some good stuff.
Interesting. Ulalande Chibemba.
Sana.
Ulalande Chitonga.
Ah,
Ulande Nsh.
Remember, panono.
Uli Msungu.
No, not really.
Do you think you're at the right place today?
Yes, I am.
What makes you think so?
The atmosphere is just welcoming and intriguing.
Interesting. Okay, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy yourself. Thank you so much. We'll have our last interviewer. You don't want to miss it here. It's interesting. Good afternoon. My name is Jenny.
Good afternoon, thank you. How are you, Jenny?
I'm fine. Thank you. Nice to see you. Walk of Love. Did I read right?
Yes, Work of Love
What is it about?
I'm going to open the session.
for organization.
Oh, interesting. This is very nice. What are your expectations here at the ZANU class?
We have a lot of expectations. As you know, entrepreneurship is a way to go in this age that we are living in. So we are here to get more insights on how we can improve ourselves even as we manage such organizations as non-profit making, even profit-making organizations.
Okay. Do you think Mr. Brighton Chifunda is going to reach you there?
Definitely, definitely.
Did you hear that? Definitely. Thank you. Enjoy the event and thank you for coming. So we are going to go straight into our event, and it was a very short interview. Enjoy the event. Those people online, hello, welcome to ZANU. If you're at home, feel free, ask questions. We'll interact both with people online and people physically. Thank you so much.
As we commence, obviously, we have a physical audience here. Now, we are going to move together physical and online audience. It's going to be a very wonderful presentation. So allow me to welcome you officially to our sales masterclass. You can give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, ZANU Business Consult is here for you in any business venture, everything to do with entrepreneurs. ZANU is into. So are you an entrepreneur and you want to see how you can start, manage whatsoever it is that you're doing, and finally sell yourself out there, then ZANU is here for you. Also want to welcome you now, elegantly looking, online audience. I'm going to ask you to give another round of applause for yourselves. Okay? Thank you. I also want to acknowledge the fact that where we are is the Copperbelt University. CBU has been gracious enough to allow us to conduct our masterclass in this place. I want to acknowledge CBU for what they have done. In a very special way, they are sponsors who have made this event possible. Okay, and we've got a number of them, but with us here we've got CAFEX, who's represented obviously by its director. May we give a hand to the director of CAFEX? Okay. They've made it possible that this event can take place. We are also joined with Walk of Love, who are well branded, and ask us to give a round of applause for Walk of Love, who are represented with about 3 of their representatives. So we are going to have a talk or a few words from our sponsors. I'll begin with Walk of Love, then we'll go to CAFEX in that order. Thank you so much. You tell us more about our companies. Just a few words. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Are we happy to be here? Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, that's wonderful. First and foremost, I would like to appreciate Zanu for giving us this opportunity to be part of this program. My name is Stanley J. Kaseba. I am the chairperson for Walk of Love and the co-founder. Walk of Love started in 2015. That's when it was established. He's not around. Beckman Mwenda, who are coming from, if you know Ndola very well, from Notek, you're going up as if you're going to Chifu. So as we were going, we were discussing about how the Lord has led us through our education, in all the things that we achieved by that time. Then we realized, say, how can we give back to, or how can we show gratitude to God? So we said, imagine we're walking. So how can we show it? We can show it by walking. Wherever we're walking, like when you're walking is an action. Is an action word. So we looked for an action word that can suit what we are thinking to show gratitude. We said, let's call it a walk of love, since we're walking. So, and that's how we came up with the name, a walk of love. So walk of love is all about showing love to your fellow individual, to the person next to you. Just like the Bible says when you go to 1 John chapter 4 verse 8, it says, if not mistaken, if you don't have love, then you don't know God. So basically, walk of love is about showing love to the next person. So the next person can be anyone, can be your brother, can be your next door neighbor, anyone. So walk of love, from the time that it was established in 2015, we have done quite a number of activities and different services that we are engaged in. We are into advocacy of young girls and the other vulnerable children. We also support the aged. We have done quite a number of activities from 2015 up to this time. Even recently we had another engagement. We were supporting, there's a clinic in, is it Mindolo? Yeah. Mindolo Clinic within Kitwe. That's a recent activity that we had. We are trying to support with a few things that the institution needed. So Walk of Love basically supports the communities and individuals. We also partner with the government, just like the previous activity that we had, where we see we can come in as the Walk of Love we go in to support and just do the little we can do to show gratitude for what God has done for us. We don't have a funder, we fund ourselves as members of Walk of Love. We fund ourselves whenever we have an activity, we look for resources and fund such an activity. We had children that were supporting in Kafue. They were staying with a grandmother, the two girls. We used to support them. We used to pay for their school fees. We used to buy their uniforms and other things that they needed. Yes, so basically Work of Love is about offering or showing love to your next neighbor. So love is a verb, and if it is a verb, it has to be shown by doing what action. So we're saying a work of love. As you walk, when you're walking, you're making an action. So even as we live, we have to show, we should not just say, oh, we love one another, or we support one another without showing anything. So a work of love is a work of action, and that's a few about work of love I can say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
You look beautiful. Thank you. Okay, I'm standing here on behalf of CAFEX as the CEO. CAFEX Civil Engineering Company. It's the company which was established in 2012, way back. So this company, it consists of two brothers, myself and my colleague who's not here, Joseph Caputo. It's a company that deals with specifically in steel. So before I go any further, I take this opportunity to thank the ZANU consultants. I say thank you for organizing this masterclass. This is a good initiative, and it should continue like this. So thank you for what you've done to us. CAFEX Civil Engineering is a company that deals with a lot of things. It deals with small and big structures, like warehouses. We do warehousing, and we do window frames, door frames, tank stands, and all sorts of things. So if you want to do something in relation with steels and stuff, you won't go wrong to come to CAFEX. I can assure you on that one. So CAFEX is the place for you to be. Whenever you think of steel, you think of CAFEX. That these guys who are coming, they have something that can sustain their lives in future. So when you come to us, we'll help you and work together as CAFEX. This is all about CAFEX. For now, I end here. Thank you.
Another round of applause. Wow, these are great companies. Allow me to say, one Zambia? One Zambia. Okay, this is lovely. So we have companies coming in to support ZANU. Okay, business calls out. And obviously we are having a masterclass, which is the main thing we followed. Okay, so before we enter into what we've come for, which is our masterclass, we'll begin with prayer, as always. And so I'm going to call one of the employees at ZANU to come and give us a prayer. Chama Lusaka, you can come and offer us a prayer.
Good afternoon. Shall we pray? Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful day that you have given unto us. Father God, be with us as we're about to start this program and end with us also. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen.
Amen. To our own listeners and indeed our physical audience, allow me to say that this program will be highly interactive. It's going to be highly interactive, so you are encouraged to participate. One way in which you can do that is by getting your pen and your notepad or your paper and jotting down, so that you can give comments in form of contributions and questions when the time is going to be given. I'm holding a pen here, okay, which is a courtesy of CAFEX. Okay, CAFEX has helped us that we may participate in a very wonderful way by writing down whatsoever we have to say. And as we are sitting with some refreshments, there's some water here. Okay, so even as we relax and enjoy whatever will be presented, we can chill and take a sip on this water. Okay, it's been branded and there's Walk of Love there. Okay, together with our ZANU business course out there on our label. So this is highly interactive, and let us all participate. A time will be given when questions obviously will be received. The box will be going around. So as you go during the lesson, you have a point where there's a question, write, drop in the box. And that time will come when we'll ask you to contribute and say what you have to say. All right, guiding you through this program, my name is Rafa Kaseka. And so let's kickstart and go straight into our masterclass. But before I call the CEO of ZANU, I want to first call the marketing director, Madam Jennifer Hanyuma, to just advertise something about ZANU. Then from there, she's going to call the CEO to come through. Thank you so much.
I'm sure by now we have interacted together, haven't we? My name is Jennifer Hanyuma, the marketing specialist for ZANU Business Consult. So well, here at ZANU, I'll talk about two services. The first service is business registration. So our prices for business registration is $2,400 for limited companies. We're very flexible. You can give us $1,200, we do your work. Then the time you're coming to pick up your paper, you give us the balance. For business name, those that don't understand, a company is, you have partnership with other people and something big. For a business name, let me give an example of Jenny Enterprise or Jenny Saloon. That's $400 when you want to open something like that. Sorry, $800, but you can give us $400, then pay the other $400 later when you get in your paper. So we also do the ZRA, tipping, NAPSA, everything. So you just need to give us the money, then we'll do everything for you. Thank you. The other service are into logistics, that's air freight and sea freight. So sea freight, we have full container load, we have groupage. There are people that can manage to put like the whole, buy the whole container. How many here? Myself. How many? Who else? Well, then there are people that can just want to put like a groupage, you put a bit until the container is full. So the prices from we get our goods from Turkey, Dubai, and China. So from Turkey, the price is $10,000 from home to home. From Turkey there to Kitwe here, or from Turkey to Lusaka, $10,000 only. Isn't that good enough? Manageable? Okay, I know the dollar has increased. Yes, then we also, from China to Zambia, that's $10,400. Interesting, right? Then from Dubai, it's $9,600. Then if you want us to do port to port, where from our port in Turkey or our port in China or port in Dubai to Dar es Salaam port, you also will tell you the price. But that price I gave you is for everything to your doorstep. That was going to take 45 days from Dubai and 65 days from China. Then us who've got money, like me, I want to use air freight. For Dubai, from Dubai to Zambia here, it's $11 per kg. Then from Turkey, it's $9 per kg. Then from China, it's $15 per kg, which is going to take only, from China it's taking 7 days to 10 days, max if we take long. Then from Turkey and Dubai, it's 3 to 4 days. Then you have your things. Don't you think you'd want to do your logistics with ZANU? Procurement. We also have procurement. Yes, you don't need to travel. Imagine all the way. You're cutting off this because we also do visas. So a visa is 120. In 3 to 5 days, working days, you will have your visa. So instead of you going all the way to Turkey, Dubai, and China, we can do it for you. We'll source what you want, you talk to the person, then we'll deliver. Interesting, right? So I'm expecting one call this month. I've marketed myself very well. So you get to interact with the people that side on your own, but we'll bring your goods for you here in Zambia. So the next time you think of logistics, think ZANU. Thank you. We are now the long-awaited time we've waited for. So behind every beautiful company, behind every lovely company, behind every small company or people that look small like me, we have our very own big CEO, Mr. Brighton Chifunda, who's going to come up front and take us into his masterclass. Mr. Brighton Chifunda. Boss Bandiba Kuleka face, smile at him.
Good morning. Oh, it's afternoon, right? How is everybody doing? Why are you so sad? How is everything going so far? Okay, we thank God. Okay, my name is Brighton Chifunda. I'm the CEO at ZANU, and I'm so happy to see all of you here. Most of you have just been seeing you on Facebook. Now finally I can see you. I'm so happy to see you. Okay, so the masterclass, sales masterclass. We're all here to learn about sales. Firstly, are you able to hear me? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I've seen Elder Mlenga there. Thank you so much. Good to see you, sir. Francis Kangwa. I've seen a lot of people in here. I can go on and on just mentioning everybody. Okay, so ZANU, Jenny has touched a lot of points. I'm not going to go into details on what ZANU is all about. But one thing I'm going to tell you is that I've been in business for 7 years now. I started my own business in 2015. I used to work for an NGO. It was a good job, good pay. And then I resigned. Everybody thought I was crazy. But I resigned, and I've never regretted ever since. ZANU is only 3 months old. Right now, as I speak to you, we have an office in Australia. We have an office in Turkey. We also have an office in Rwanda. If you go to Rwanda right now, I can give you the address. You'll find our presence in Rwanda. You go to Turkey, you'll find our presence in Turkey. How have we managed to do all these things? We have, by the way, we also have Tanzania. So if you're in Tanzania, you're looking for ZANU, we can give you an address. You'll find us there. How have we managed to go into all these places in the shortest period of time? 3 months, right? Yeah, we've been in business for 3 months, but we've been in these places already. How have we done that? Sales. That is why we are here. Firstly, if I may ask, what is sales? I want to hear from the audience. What is sales? Anyone? When somebody says sales, what do you understand about sales? Anyone? What sales is. Okay. Seems, should I point at someone? Brother Francis, what is sales? What is it about? Maybe just describe what it is. We don't need to define it by the actual definition or anything.
Okay, according to my understanding, sales simply means it's an exchange of something for value. Yeah, if I'm selling something and money is variable to someone, and the product that I'm selling is variable to someone. So it's just an exchange of services or products.
Okay, so what you're simply saying, I've got this product, and then you have the money. So I have to give you this, and then you give me the money. Okay, so when a sales transaction happens, who is the winner?
Both.
Okay, what do you mean both? Somebody to justify what that means. Who is the winner?
Both the seller and the person that is looking for that product. In that, if, for example, I'm looking for an institution that provides internet services. So if I pay for that service, I get the service which is internet service. I go online, I'm able to surf the net, able to find things easily without any buffers, whatever. Then that means I'm satisfied, I've won. And the person that sold me that service also has received the cash without delay. So that is a win-win thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Anyone else? You can sell. So we are always selling. Every single day we are selling. Some of you who are married, you are here. You had to sell this idea to your husbands to come here. So you have got this vision, you've got this idea in your mind, and you want people to see the idea that you see in your mind. How do you communicate it? So that process where you are convincing people to see things your way, that is sales. So in business, for example, I was just telling you we have opened and we have an office in Turkey, Rwanda, and Tanzania. How have we done that? It's because I've been able to sell my business so well that I don't need my own money to go and set up a business there. I just need to convince someone that I'm capable of doing what they are looking for. And we've managed to open offices in all these places. So number one, when I was doing my honey business, I used to sell honey, Yako honey. I still do sell honey. We have another business where we sell honey. Each time somebody came to look for a job, I would always ask them, do you like honey? Some of them would, no, but I can sell. Such a person does not qualify to work for me. Firstly, because you don't believe in the product that you are selling. This is the thing about people. People are very interesting. I don't know how I can even define this, but usually when you're communicating with people, if you don't believe in a product, somehow it comes out. They're able to tell that this person is lying. Have you ever been with someone, they are trying to sell something to you? The English is good, everything is on point, this guy knows everything. But at the end of the day, you're like, when you go back home, you're like, oh, that guy was good, but there's just something about that guy. You just can't trust the person. Why? Because they are lying to you. So the first thing, you have to believe. Okay, so sales is a transfer of feeling. I've already explained what that is. Everyone is a salesman, and everything in life is sales. Everyone is a salesman, and everything in life is about sales. The person who becomes the president of a country is the greatest salesman. The Pope is a salesman. The Pope is a salesman. Do you agree? Why am I saying the president is a salesman? We are so quiet in here. Okay, my sister, my friend. Yes, please.
Because he convinced everyone to believe in his ideas.
A hand for her. So everything in life is sales, and everybody is a salesman. So I'll give you an example. President Obama. Okay, let me not talk about President Obama. Let me talk about Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was one of the most successful lawyers in South Africa. This man hangs on to power. Now, the history is different. If you are talking about Nelson Mandela, if you're not talking about, what's his name, Robert Mugabe, what is the difference? The other one oversold his business. So when you are in business, there are certain products, for example, I'll give you Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is one of those products that have been sold already. When you talk about Coca-Cola, everybody knows what Coca-Cola is. It has been sold already. So even when you just bring that product into someone's face like this, you don't need to spend so much time explaining what it is you're going to sell. Okay? People already know what it is and what it can do. So Robert Mugabe oversold his business. I'll give you another example. When I was young, I grew up in Tuatasha. So my mother used to sell ice blocks. So she would make ice blocks. There was those ice blocks, milk, yeah. So she would make that ice block for milk and all of those things. So I remember one day we went to the market with a brother, a cousin of mine. His name is Kalomba. So this gentleman, we go to the market. We are selling ice block, and people are coming to buy. Everyone is, oh, now you want my seed, now you want my. Now this young man, I don't know, in his mind he was thinking, maybe I need to do more. You know, he needed to be more creative. He started saying, "Yumu kakao yumu, trabika mono wa mabedi." You know, trabika mono wa mabedi. So this guy, in his mind, is thinking, I have to be creative. You know, I have to be creative. He oversold his business. And what happened that everybody was like, That's how, because of what he said. So he oversold his business. So even as a salesperson, when you're selling a product, you need to know, there are times when you're talking to a client, you need to know at what point you need to stop. When the client just says, okay, how much is it? They are going to buy. Stop talking. They've bought already. Because you are going to make a mistake. You might say something that will even ruin everything. Okay, if we to register my Pazano, if we to register my businesses and all those things, and then we panga mistake. In fact, and then you say something else. And then people, you are doing business with, like for example, I'll give an example. Our company named Zano. When I was incorporating the business, honestly speaking, it was something creative that I came up with. It was a nice name and it has a very good meaning behind it. But when we incorporated it, we realized that there's a party in Zimbabwe, you know, Zanu PF. You know what I mean? Huh? So the challenge there would be if something bad happens in Zimbabwe, people might relate our company to that. They might think, oh, Ababantu Amobe? So that might ruin our reputation. So for example, you're speaking so well, people are like, oh, okay, this is a good product. And then you say, actually, we have partnered with Zanu PF. The person was about to give you money, like, the way I hate Zanu PF, no, I can't do business with these guys. So you need to know at what point you have to stop. And you always have to ask for a sale. When you are selling a product to someone, the challenge that we have normally is that you are selling this very nice product that you have, whether it's a service, you are selling, whatever you're selling. Normally what happens is that somebody will be like, you present this product to this someone, and then you just say, okay. And then you start waiting to hear from them. Always ask for a sale. This is how you ask for example. For example, how many bottles of water should I give you? Okay, you've done your presentation and everything is on point. Then you ask them, should I deliver home or you're going to get it now? What color are you interested in? Is it black or orange? So there are those questions that you ask to close a sale. So don't just present to a customer, no, that you should never do. Anyway, so we talked about that. So I'm going to talk about the characteristics that make a great salesman. Number 1, attitude. Characteristics that make a great salesman. Number 1, attitude. Somebody once said, the lion is not the smartest animal in the jungle. Neither is the lion the smartest or the biggest animal in the jungle. The lion is not as fast as the lion is not as fast as the cheetah, and yet the lion is the king of the jungle. Why is the lion king of the jungle? Because of one word, attitude. The attitude is what makes the lion king of the jungle. It's not about how smart it is. It's not about how big it is. It's not about how fast it can run. It's about the attitude that the lion has. Let's talk about the elephant. The elephant is the biggest at the moment. I don't think there's another animal that is big as the elephant now at the moment. The elephant is the biggest animal in the jungle. And yet when the elephant sees the lion, it runs away. It sees, oh, abakunjabais. That's my eater. That's what the lion does. So the lion has got an attitude that it does whatever it thinks. When a lion sees you and it wants to attack you, nothing can stop it. But when an elephant sees a lion, it runs away. It's big, but it runs away. So what kind of attitude do you have for your business? What kind of attitude do you have for yourself? Mr. Francis, who are you? When you are seated in front of people who are billionaires, what kind of attitudes do you have? Do you pomba the mochila and just sit there? Is that your attitude? So as a salesman, number one, you have to believe in yourself. Because people buy you before they buy your product. People buy you before they buy your product. In most cases, when I'm making my sales presentation, when somebody says, I'm going to buy, they are simply telling me, I trust you and I like you. I can do business with you. No matter how good your product is, but if you have a questionable character, it always comes out. That's why I was saying you have to believe, because sales is a transfer of feeling. So if you have a questionable character, no matter how smart you may be, somehow people will be able to pick it. Say, this guy, there's just something about this guy. I just can't trust him. So, attitude. Let's have the attitude like that, the one that the lion has. The lion does not fear anything. So from here, I don't think there's any office that I can fail to walk into. Not that I've got money. No, I don't have money. This is when I'm trying to make money. I'm not rich. This is when I'm trying to be rich. But I don't think there's any office I can fail to walk into. I can go to the president and present my ideas there. Why? Because of my attitude. And attitude, how do you develop your attitude? They say faith comes by hearing, and hearing what? The word of God. You become what you think about most of the times. What do you think about? If you watch pornography a lot, that's what you become. There are people, when a woman is walking in the streets and they're looking at the woman, you can even tell they've undressed this girl. Just by the way they are looking at her. Why? Because of what they feed their mind. All the time. You become what you think about most of the times. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's what I listen to. Today is the day that the Lord has made. I can rejoice and be glad in it. That is what I feed myself. And that is what you become, what you think about most of the times. So that is how you develop an attitude of a lion. What you feed yourself. What kind of books do you read? What kind of people do you interact with? I've got very brilliant friends. Yesterday I posted something on my page. I was saying, in order for you to be successful, you have to, what was the post again? Who are more intelligent than you are.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people misunderstood, some of the people misunderstood what that meant. You have to surround yourself with people who are more intelligent than you are. Does it mean they are literally more intelligent than you? No, that's not what I'm saying. I run an engineering business. I don't know anything about making machines. I have no clue about holding a machine. My brother Felix here, who's running a civil engineering business, knows this. I don't know anything about engineering, but I have an engineering business. How have I done it? I have surrounded myself with people who are more intelligent than I am in a particular field. So when I'm looking for a business partner, I know one thing I know about myself is that I'm a salesman. I'm a good salesman. That I know. So if somebody wants to come and do business with me, let's say, Brighton, I want to partner with you. If this guy is a salesman also, I'm not partnering with him because I don't need another Brighton. I need someone who has a strength that I don't have. So somebody who has a weakness, my weakness, Donald Trump was once asked to say, how do you hire people? He said, I always hire my weaknesses. He identifies what his weaknesses are, and then he looks for people who has those weaknesses as their strength. Those are the people that he brings closer to him. That is how you win in the world of business. I was telling you we have an office in Turkey. The business that we're doing in Turkey is something that I don't know anything about. But what have I done? I've found people who are good in those businesses. Those are people that I've brought on board. So you surround yourself with people who are more intelligent than you are. if you are the most intelligent person in the group, I know some of you feel good being around. Yeah, everyone is asking you questions. Mr. Chifunda, push Tashanyab, push Tashanyab. That is a very dangerous group to be in. I'm not saying you should leave those friends. No, all I'm simply saying is identify people who are doing better than you, befriend them, learn what you can learn, and then go back to the people that you have left and try to lift them up. Otherwise, if you are going to say, me, I grew up with Felix, One Harmony, my friends, and all those people. I'm somewhere else at the moment because I'm running my business, I'm doing something else. I'm no longer found with the guys, not because of anything else, because at this particular moment, there's a direction that I'm trying to achieve, and there are certain people that I need to link up with for me to get where I'm going. And when things get better for me, I'll still go back to my old friends. Boy, Isa, come, let's do business together. Just like we have done at ZANU, I've got some of my people who are doing business with me and my friends. The sponsors that came here, Felix Chansa, is a friend of mine. This is a friend of mine who's sponsoring, he's investing in my business. He has made this event successful because he took part. Brighton is doing something, I have to take part. He's making my business successful, and him is also associating his brand with mine. We grow together. So identify people who are better than you in a particular field. So we talked about attitude. Number 2, there is what we call empathy and sympathy. Who can tell me what the difference is between empathy and sympathy? Anyone? I'll not take no for an answer on this one. Empathy and sympathy, what's the difference? Anyone? Oh, okay. Tell us your name as well and the organization you are coming from.
My name is Gracious, Gracious Kasongo, and I'm an upcoming entrepreneur. I'm trying to find an enterprise after I finish school. Yes. So I would give an example of the funeral. So if I've lost, for example, my husband, and then Jen here comes, and then she's also crying, that's sympathy. Like she's trying to think like, it's me who have lost the husband. Like I can feel your pain. And then empathy is where you say, I understand, but you know these things, you just have to be strong. Like you are not really crying, but you're trying to comfort that person. So sympathy is actually being in the shoes of that person, and then empathy is trying to reason with them.
A hand for her. Thank you so much, Kasongo. So I'll give you an example. There's rain outside. And then there's a lady seated outside. It's raining. So sympathy is where somebody says, I feel bad for her. Anyway, let me just go and join her. That is sympathy. Empathy is where you say, how can I help this person? Then you go with an umbrella. You understand how she's feeling, but you are going with a solution this time around. That's empathy. So as a salesman, that is what you need to have. We call it the big E. Empathy. In athletics, those who are in athletics, boxing, for example, in boxing, what they do is they'll look at the opponent's weakness. They'll look at where your weakness is. But that's where the weakness is, right? That is where you exploit. In athletics, in football, in other games, you look at your opponent's weakness, and then you exploit it. But in sales, you look at your customer's weakness, and then you strengthen it. How do you strengthen your customer's weakness? You've seen someone, you say, I've got nice nshima for you. You've seen the weakness is hunger, right? So you provide nshima. That's how you strengthen that weakness. We run the consultancy business that we are running. We are providing business management systems. The biggest challenge is that most businesses have is that they don't have systems. When the CEO dies today, the company dies with them. The moment the company dies, the moment the CEO dies, the company dies. We have companies like Coca-Cola, they've been existing for so many years. Up to now, the company is running. The founder of Coca-Cola, we don't even know where he is. Jesus Christ is another example. He died 2,000 years ago. Christianity is bigger than it has ever been. businesses that should be run the same way. Systems. So do we have systems? So we've noticed that most businesses don't have systems. So that is a weakness. So we have strengthened that weakness by providing a management system that helps you sort out that issue. That is what you're doing in sales. Empathy. You look at your opponent's weakness and then you strengthen it. Okay, we go to impacting without imposing. Impacting without imposing. These are things that you are going to do when you are in the sales situation. You are simply selling a product or you are selling an idea that you want people to believe in. But how do you impact people without imposing yourself on people? I don't know, maybe it's just me. There are times I'm walking in the streets and then those girls who sell those, I don't know, those medicines, whatever they call them, those ones. And then you are busy and then this girl just comes and she's memorized all these lines. And then she just starts coming, hello, I'm like, relax. But how do you influence people without imposing yourself on them? There are some of us who come from different churches. Even the church that I come from, we've got a certain branding. Sometimes when people see you, they'll even run away. People run away. There was a time we were making a program to go and do some business in Ndola. Jenny was in the meeting. We had another consultant for our courier business. So we were discussing what are we going to wear. We are going to sell our brand in the market, in the shops. So what uniforms should we wear? Tufanama branded shirts and all those things. And then somebody just said, no, we can't wear those because they don't need to know who we are. That is exactly what we mean by impacting without imposing. Sometimes, as Christians, sometimes you don't need to wear that t-shirt that says Jesus loves you. Sometimes you don't need to wear that t-shirt. I'll give you an example of the coming of Christ. Moses, God told Moses, I will be coming. Tell the children of Israel, I'll be coming. Bath, look nice. Alanda Moses, Moses, tell the children of Israel, I'm coming, go to the mountain, I want to speak to you. And then the Bible says, and then God came in his awesomeness. Nama thunderstorm, yes, why? Do you know what happened? They ran away. Moses, no, you someone go and talk to him. No, you go and talk to him. I don't want to talk to him. They ran away. But God came in his awesomeness. Mad. This time around, Jesus Christ wants to come back on earth. How do I go? Should I go the same way my father wanted to go last time? No, this time around I'm going to go as man. I'm going to go as one of them. Jesus Christ came as man. By the time we were realizing that he was the Son of God, it was too late. He was already going back. Sometimes that's how you need to present yourself as a sales. It doesn't have to be obvious that because when we go to these shops, for example, you are wearing Zanu t-shirts, the moment you just enter this shop, the one who's selling there, I'm busy. I'm busy. But sometimes the way I enter these offices, I'll go like a customer. Hello, how are things? Oh, okay, how's business? Oh, so how much is this? Oh, okay. So where do you get this from? Wow, it looks very nice. We get it from Turkey. We get it from China. Oh, wow. Who's your transporter? No, there's this man, Shan. Oh, really? Oh, that's nice. How much do they charge you? Oh, $20,000. Oh, I know someone who can charge you $15,000. So you went there as a customer. By the time they are realizing that you are a salesman, it's already too late. They've already opened up to you. They've already told you the information that you needed to have. So the way you penetrate the market is by impacting without imposing yourself on the world. Strategy is everything. The strategy that you are going to use to sell your product is number one. So let's not just go in blindly. But Francis, from MedPoint, I'm the director, I'm the CEO. No, sometimes you need to go in, like the way Jesus Christ came. He came as man. Nobody knew he was God. The time he was going back, that's when they realized, so that is how you impact the world without imposing yourself on the world. That should be your goal. How do I impact the world without imposing myself? I'm Seventh Day. There are people also from Jehovah's Witnesses. You know, sometimes we all know, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you go with the Bible, people, Jehovah. You're not Seventh Day by yourself. People run away from you. Even some of our friends, we have friends who drink, and maybe you are a Christian, you don't even touch alcohol. The moment they see you, Francis is coming. Oh, bottle. You won't even know that they drink because they're hiding from you. But now imagine if you just go in, guys, you're just flexible. And then you start impacting. The best example I can give you of influence is what a certain pastor gave one time. There's what we call a Benson burner. You know what the Benson burner, right? So Babu like a Benson burner, like, okay, let me just say a cup. You get a cup. And then they put water in the cup. And then they had the umuliro konshoku. Baisa ashaka muliro. Then tuambo kabotu menshi. Amenshi, ya isa bilamunika cup. And then they got a frog. They threw that frog in the cup. The moment the frog entered the water, bah! The frog would chwa! The frog jumped out. Why? Because it was very hot. The frog jumped out. Jenny, you want to say something? Oh, okay, thank you. So the frog jumped out of the water. And then they got the same water. I mentioned this time around. They got cold water. And then they get sorry? A lighter, you know that lighter? Yeah, the one that they used to light cigarettes. So they got that lighter and they started warming the water slowly. The water was cold. And then they put the frog in the water. The frog was busy playing in the water. The frog was busy playing. The water was getting hot. The frog wasn't even realizing that it's getting hot. The frog was just pew. By the time the frog was realizing that it was hot water, the first time they threw it there, it jumped out because it was hot. But this time around, and it died without even realizing. So that is the best example of your influence. So when you get to a place, people shouldn't run away at Baisaba salesman. It shouldn't be too obvious that you have come. Go in. Our goal is to make friends and not to make customers. So a goal of a salesman is to make friends and not customers. Because the best strategy in every sales situation is word of mouth. I can give you an example. When I was in Lusaka, I've got a friend of mine who's a presenter at ZNBC. He was looking for a phone. His name is Imbewe. He was looking for a phone. So we go to this mobile city. You've seen the way mobile city is structured. There's Techno phones here, there's Infinix phones, and all those things. So this guy goes to the Techno stand. This lady is selling the brands to him. Oh, this is Techno phone and all those things. Blah, blah, blah. The guy is at the point of buying. He's convinced that Techno is the phone that he wants. He was even about to get money and give this lady. And then I get closer. And then he asked me, boy, what do you think? I want to choose either Infinix or Techno. And then I told him, but for me, I've used Infinix before. I think it's better. This lady was selling to this guy almost 20 minutes, convincing him to buy the phone. Me, he just asked for an opinion. Well, what do you think? I just said, for me, I think Infinix is better. Guess which phone he bought? Infinix. So, friends, it's more powerful to make friends than customers. Because if your target is to make friends, then it's easy to listen to a friend than a stranger. Have you seen when you are walking in the street, for example, in Damosewa, and then you're meeting different people, and then you just say, grade 5. That's my friend. You know? When you go into the shop, do you know why you buy what you buy? Because that is a product that is familiar. That's the product that we buy. So people buy a product that is familiar. When you go into the shop, you find boom. That's the product that is familiar to you. And that is the product that you're going to go for. So your goal should be to make friends and not customers. I'll give you another example. You've gone to present a product to this family. Okay, this is a scenario. I'm giving you a scenario. You've gone to sell water, maybe a laptop to this particular family. So now you enter this house, and then you find they are crying. They've lost a child. Then you enter this house, you are a salesman. How are you going to present yourself in there? Are you just going to go straight? Desha TV. You know what I mean? Huh? Desha TV. So how do you penetrate that market? This is a family, and you know this is a potential client. They can buy my product, but never quite chiriro. And then they focus on laptop. How do you behave yourself in such an instance? So what you do in such an instance, if they are looking for a child who is lost, put down all your tools, whatever tools that you have. Put away the sales mentality out of you. Let me help you search for this child. Now what do you know? You even join the search party. You're looking for this child who is lost. By the time you are finding this child, and this man has seen how you have been able to help him even get to his child, now you can say, oh, come on, and I can assure you, it won't even be you to ask him. It will be him to say, what is it that you are here for? And I can assure you, if your product is what he needs, he's going to buy it. So your goal should be to make friends and not... I don't know, we are so much obsessed with making commissions. You just want to make money. You are so interested in money that you have forgotten about people's needs. This is a seminar that we have organized. It's free. We haven't charged anything. Do you know why we've done that? I love you very much. And I would want to share what I know. But I'm also selling my brand. You know what I mean? This is something that I shouldn't say. This is something that we talk about in the boardroom. Yeah, guys, and all those things. But the reality is, we have done this product, this service is free, but we are also selling ourselves. The next time I'll come to your office to say I'm selling this product, obviously you'll be like, that guy, you know, this is what they say. People don't care to know what you know until they know how much you care. So when your customer knows that you care, then they want to know what you are there to offer. So that's what we are doing here as a company. We're building our brand. We are helping one another here. I'm going to learn a lot of things because we're going to have a session for questions and answers. So we are going to learn from one another, but at the same time, we're selling our brand. The next time I'll come, I'm selling a product. Obviously, people buy a product that is familiar, a product that they know. And people don't care to know what you know until they know how much you care. So care. Genuinely, you have to care for your clients. My brother Francis, who runs a medical business like a clinic and a pharmacy, when your clients come, it's not just about getting the money out of them. Ask them about their family. How is your family? How is your firstborn? Oh, what's her name? Jennifer. Oh, okay, that's nice. 2 months later, they are coming. How is Jennifer? Huh? Do you know what that would do to your client? Just that simple thing. I have seen when clients call us and I'm able to recognize them by name, I've seen how good it makes them feel. This is a gentleman who deals with a lot of clients, but he's still able to remember Gracious. You know? He's still able to remember people's names. Benjamin, Salati. You're able to remember these names. It makes, because your name is the sweetest sound you ever hear. So if somebody calls you by your name, you're excited. So as a salesman, you need to be good at remembering people's names. You need to genuinely care. People are very selfish. That's one thing you need to know. We are very selfish people. Apanga to aisa bola camera, you said to copy a photo at it, and then I'll get that photo and give it to you. Do you know the first person you're going to see on the photo? You are the first person you want to see on the photo. And when you say, and then when you say, I photo taiwe mei, nishushwe meni nani? When you say, I photo taiwe mei, nishushwe meni wevo. In most cases, when Blessing's at one harmony, when Blessing says, guys, nakafumaka photo, then it's him who's looking nice. We even know. So people are the same everywhere. So I'll give you a challenge. Right now, think of a color in your mind. Think of a color right now. Okay, you've thought of a color. Think of a flower. Think of any flower right now in your mind. Okay. So how many of you thought about the color red? The color red? Okay, blue? Okay, so you see how many people... color in black? Okay, so if you've noticed, majority of people thought of the color blue. Okay, so let's think of a flower. What flower? How many of you thought of a rose flower? So you see what I mean? People are the same everywhere. So the first thing that came to your mind is a rose flower. And if you're going to ask the same question in another setup, I can assure you it will either be a sunflower, a rose flower. If you're talking about colors, it's either red, blue. Those are the colors that people talk about. So people are the same everywhere you go. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, the goal is to make friends and not customers. I think we've touched this one already. Okay. Okay, so there's a shortcut. Anyway, the thing is, when you're talking about this subject of sales, there are so many things that we can talk about. But there's a shortcut. to selling your products faster and quicker. Instead of me teaching you all the techniques, there are so many techniques. When a customer says no, what does that mean? When you're trying to sell a product to a customer and then they say no, no simply means tell me more. That's what no means. When somebody said no, it simply says tell me more. Or it means they don't know much to say yes. So for us who are in sales, when I'm selling a product to someone and then they say, but you're too expensive, I even celebrate in my mind, I say, nasanga customer. The moment somebody just objects to what you are selling, if you are an amateur, if you are starting in sales, when somebody says, but for me, the moment somebody just objects, to me that's my celebration because I have a live one. This is what I mean. Right now, I don't play golf. I don't know anything about golf. So if somebody was to bring golf sticks to me right now, they're selling golf sticks. So I'm selling these golf sticks. Do you think I'm going to even because I'm not interested. I'll only argue when I just say, you're too expensive. Because if you bring me golf sticks, I'm not interested in golf sticks. So you can present, you can do your presentation, and say, okay, that's good. Next time. But the moment a customer starts saying, but you're too expensive, then just know the customer is interested. But when they say no, they are simply saying, I don't know much, tell me more. This is what is happening in the mind of a customer. Let me tell you what is the secret that is happening in the mind of a customer. Here is the water, and here is the money. This person has got money that he has worked for. Money is actually your sweat and blood. You have worked for this money, and there's a product. So when a client says no to your product, what it means that in their mind, the money is like this, and then the value you're offering is like this. Then they won't buy. The moment the value of your product surpasses the value of their money, your customer is going to buy. So when a customer says no, what you need is to tell them what. Okay, let me a break. People don't change their minds. I have never changed. Chimonya has never changed her mind before in her life, but she's going to tell you, no, I changed my mind. She's never done. Nobody has ever changed their mind in here. We don't change our minds. Do you know what we do? We make new decisions based on new information that you have. The first time your husband came to propose to you, you said no. The reason you said no that time, if he came back again, like the same way he came, you are still going to say, because the reason is, I'm saying no to this guy because of this. Okay? So people change their mind, they don't change their mind, they make new decisions based on new information. So when somebody says no the first time, the next time you go there, you need to tell them what they don't know about you. Okay? Tell them something that they don't know about you. I've got this young man from a certain radio station. He keeps calling me about a service that he wants to offer me. He's calling me constantly. Oh, we have this service. Last year he was calling me, telling me the same information. I said no. This year again he has called me, saying same information. I'm saying no. Because I haven't heard anything new. So people will make a new decision based on the new information that you have provided. Because every person is a salesman. At home, we are always selling. People who are married here, they will tell you, for me to come here, I had to convince someone. I had to sell my idea to someone. I'm going to this master class. For us to take children to either Lechwe school or Mitanto school, you have to convince someone. That is what it's about. Okay. Quickly, I'm just going to run through. I said we are going to talk about the shortcut. The shortcut to selling your product faster and quicker without even learning so much about it. Techniques, number one, you need to become a person of influence. You need to become a person of influence in your field. What do I mean, person of influence? How do you achieve influence, firstly, if I may ask? There are two things that will make you achieve influence. Number one, money. When you have money, you will just cough and people will listen. Money will give you influence. Number two, success. Success will give you influence. David, a young man, nobody knows this young man. And one night, he kills Goliath. He becomes successful overnight. We talk about David now because of just that one instance. Success. So So success will make you have influence in the world. And like I said earlier, when people buy a product that they know and they believe and they trust. So once you become a person of influence, but how do you become a person of influence, if you may ask? Number one, first identify what you're good at, become successful at that. Number one, pitch your ideas. So to become a person of influence, you have to pitch your ideas. How do you pitch your ideas? To groups or individuals? No, you pitch to groups. This is what I mean. For you, for Felix Chancellor to get, or for Gershom Piri to get 100 numbers in his phone, it will take him 1 year. Because if you say, okay, every day, I start recording my phone, it will take you 1 year to have 300 numbers in your phone. And there will be days when you will not have anyone to connect with. So there will be days that will pass without you getting any number. So number one, how do you pitch your ideas? Look at where we are right now. We are, I don't know how many we are, maybe let's say we are 50 or we are 40. It could have taken me 40 days to have the contacts that I'm going to have today in 1 day. So if you want to become a person of influence, pitch your ideas to groups, not to individuals. Number two, publish them. So when you have brilliant ideas, you are pitching them like this. There's a recorder there, there's a video. We are publishing our ideas. These videos that we are making, they are going to go on Facebook. They're going to go on YouTube. We don't do these things just for fun or just to be famous. You are a celebrity. That's why I'm making these videos. Of course, you have to be a celebrity in your own field. To the people that you are targeting, those are the people that should see you as a celebrity. You don't have to be a celebrity that the whole country says, oh, Brighton, people know you. No, it's about you becoming a celebrity in your field. When people think about gemstones, you know, the first name that should come into my mind is the Clifford. You know, when people think about CAFEX, you know, engineering, it should be CAFEX in their mind. You become a person of influence. Celebrity. It's up to you. If you want, you can be pitching your ideas to individuals. But the fastest way is to become a celebrity. You become a person of influence, somebody that people look at and say, wow, that's Brighton. People are going to buy. So those are some of the ways. So number one, you pitch your ideas to groups, make videos, publish them. They did a search on Google that how many times does it take for someone to search a product before they buy it? And they discovered that it took about 11 times for some. They were checking, oh, motor bicycle. Oh, again, motor bicycle. They discovered it took about 11 searches for someone to get to a point where they say, this is the product that I'm buying. So you need to put yourself out there. You need to have information that people can actually look at when they go on Facebook. They're able to see, this is Brighton, and this is what he thinks. When you become a person of you are Mwizo Kanji, for example. That lady is powerful. I don't care what you think about her. I might not believe her philosophy and what she does. But if that woman was to start a business today, it will be successful. No matter how many businesses you are going to start, they'll all be successful because you've become a person of influence. There are two things. You are selling a company brand and your personal brand. But the most powerful brand between the two of them is your personal brand. I'll give you an example of Cristiano Ronaldo and Manchester United, where he plays. Go to Facebook. How many followers does Manchester United have? And how many followers does Cristiano Ronaldo have? You know, 600 million whatever. His brand is more powerful than Manchester United. That is what you should aim for. Right now, the CEO of Apple Computers, Tim Cook, he has more followers on his Facebook page compared to Apple. Have you seen how powerful Apple Computers is? That's a big brand. But people follow him more than they follow the brand. So people relate more to individuals than to companies. So you need to start, you can sell your business without even showing yourself on Facebook. You can sell a business. We used to do BP without even knowing who the owner is. But nowadays, it's about personalities. Oh, it's Dumisani. DON. Now you start talking about, the companies that are behind him. It's Bill Gates. Oh, okay. And these brands are more powerful than the individuals themselves. So that should be your aim. And when you become that person of influence, it will be very easy for you to sell even anything. You just say, oh, okay, I'm selling, this is Chela Tukuta water. And people will buy. You know, I'm not endorsing the brand. I'm just giving an example. Yes. So, product. So you pitch your ideas, you publish them, and then you need to have a product. You need to have a product as a person of influence. I'll give you an example of the Victoria Falls. When people go to watch the Victoria, what they are following is the Victoria Falls, right? They are going to watch the Victoria Falls. But do you know what's going to happen when they go to the Victoria Falls? They'll need where to sleep. They'll need to drink, to have a drink. So now the Victoria Falls is the brand that they are following, Victoria Falls. But when they get to Victoria Falls, they'll need where to sleep. They'll go to a hotel. They are spending money around the Victoria Falls brand. People need to start spending money around your brand. When people come to see you, they are coming to see you, yes, this is the brand that we are following. But what products, what if, for example, like the way you've come here, let's say this was a camp meeting, then you've come here. I need to make sure that somewhere, we are selling fries to and everything, so that around my brand, there are products that people can get. The same way we have Victoria Falls, and then we have these lodges around. Most people that go to France to go and see the Eiffel Tower, that's what they follow. But when they go there, they are going to spend money they are going to leave money in the country. But the thing they followed is just like a small building, but they are going to spend money around that brand. That is why it is important, if you want to move as fast as possible in business, to start thinking about building your personal brand. If you're not a camera person, if you don't like being around people, find somebody else and groom them. I've got a business partner that I work with. He doesn't even like cameras. People don't even know him, but people know me. He's a business partner, you know? And he's very good at what he does. But he says, no, me, if you're Facebook, now. But he has me. I'm representing him here. So if you are that person, find someone who you can push in front and then be behind. But if you want to be that person, you can't avoid this. Start telling people what you know. Be opinionated. Don't just say it depends. That it depends, you need to get rid of it. Always have an opinion of your own. Nangtairepanga sense, it's your opinion. That's number one. So you need to have a product. People should spend money around your product. Profile. What does Google say about you? So you need to have a profile. When we go on Google, what are we going to find there? So whatever information that you have about yourself, your company, your brand, you make sure that you are profiling these things. Facebook area, I don't know, most people don't realize how powerful Facebook is. Number one, it's 100% free. Instagram, we have all these platforms that are very free. If you go to my Facebook page, I have videos that have up to 40,000 views. I've got videos that are 69,000 views. Imagine 69,000 people in an audience. Almost the same. So now imagine 60,000 people have seen my video, have seen my brand. So what that means, like I said earlier, when people buy a product that they know. So now imagine these people are in the marketplace, automatically they'll pick my face. I've seen that face from somewhere. I don't know, I've met celebrities before. I'm meeting Ephraim, or some of these people, I know them, but I remember the first time I met Ephraim, I thought he knew me because I've been seeing him on TV. You know what I mean? So ngakupitia wa Ephraim bala yumfa bagaita posha. But he doesn't know you. But that's what Facebook does. When I'm doing a video and people are watching my videos, somehow they relate with me. They feel like we know each other. Even when we meet, they feel like they know each other. So imagine we are two people. You know me, this person you don't know him. Who are you going to buy from? I've got a lady on my page. She's running an NGO in Lusaka. She's been on my page for so many years. So they are having a meeting for youths in Ndola. And then she said, when we sat down, we wanted to invite someone who can come and teach our children on purpose. And you are the first person that came to my mind. You have to be the first person that comes to people's minds. You have to be, when people think about a certain industry, you should be the first person that they think about. So to that woman, I might not be a celebrity elsewhere, but to her, I am a celebrity. She celebrates my work. That's what it means. In her mind, this is, you know. And when she was asking me, she was even like, so, you know, so you know what I mean? You know, she's, but you know, because in her mind, she's seeing me as a brand, and I might not have the money that she's thinking I have, but it's good for business sometimes. These are things that the business people don't talk about. There are certain offices that you have to go to. You have to wear a certain type of clothing. You know, there's certain places that you go to, even the type of car that you are driving, you know, those things, they matter sometimes. I'm saying you start from where you are with what you have. These are just examples I'm giving. But you have, even in your smallness, even in the small money that you have, brand yourself. And people begin to take you seriously. So that is number. Okay, the last one. Partnerships. Partnerships. To become a person of influence, you need partnerships. When Brother Francis came to my office, we normally have networking events at our offices. So we invite 10 entrepreneurs, they'll come to the office, we just talk about business. So when Francis Kangwa came to our office, we took some photos together. I posted them on my page. People on my page, they saw Francis. Now they know him. Some of them even approached me and said, we want to buy his book. They approached me from my page. When he posted me on his page, I just started seeing to my likes, Papi, Dr. Shani has liked your page. He's in the medical field. I started seeing to my Dr. Shani, Dr. Shani. So within a short period of time, I was tapping from him, he was tapping from me. So the fastest way we can grow as brands is to work together. Let us not look at each other as competition. Felix is running, for example, I'll give an example, Gershon Piri, he's running a business and I'm running a company. Some of the services that he does are almost the same. You get the point? But I should not look at him as my competitor. He's somebody that I can collaborate with. There are services that he has that we don't have. When you ask me, say, do you do this? I'll tell you, yes, we do that. Because I know Francis, boy, could you come for a service here, so. But 10,000. So walampera ko 2 pin, 8 pin yobe. So you partner. And celebrities and musicians are very good at doing this. That's why those people that know this, I've got a podcast, I want you to come and feature. They will just see, okay, how many followers does he have? He has 500 people. Oh, 500. So 500 people are going to see me. How many? Imagine 500 people na Bekalab. That's a lot of people. So partner with people. Feature on podcasts if you can. Go to TV interviews. Because what TV does, it adds value to you also. When somebody sees you on TV, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. TV. There are certain musicians that I know of. If you say, Trefo Kumushta invite to concert, just say, I'll show power. You know? But there are also certain musicians who have built their brands because they're always on television, you know, they're on BBC. When the moment you want to invite them, when we nephew, okay, but can we manage to invite that one? No, that one we can't manage. You just say, no, that one we can't manage. So putting yourself in a position where people see you as a teacher. When people see you as, we respect our teachers. Teachers who used to teach me in grade 7, even up to now, you know what? Up to now, I respect teachers that used to teach me. So even as an entrepreneur, you need to start positioning yourself as a teacher. In your medical field, in your industry, start teaching something. Open a Facebook page. Tell people what you know. People begin to see you as a teacher. They will see you as a person of influence. The respect that they are going to give you is different. That's why I was saying the other day, there are so many entrepreneurs in Kitwe who are doing businesses, even in Lusaka. But sometimes it's so humbling to me when I receive invitations. Yesterday I just received an invitation from Prime TV. They want me to go and speak on Prime TV. Diamond TV. I was on Movie TV the other time. We were on DSTV. All these invitations are coming. I'm like, but why? Me, I'm not the most successful entrepreneur in Kitwe. Not to be unquoted, we're just trying to build a business in our smallness. But why are people calling me? Because I'm positioning myself as a person of influence. Now people are looking at me as a go-to person. So you can be more successful than I am, you can have more money than me, but people will respect me more than you. So position yourself as a person of influence, start teaching ideas. Anyway, there are so many things that we can talk about. Do we have any questions so far? Let's interact. Let's interact. Any questions? Okay, Brother Maliko. There's a question here. Microphone. Here. Maybe can you just come? Maybe you can come through, sir. You can just stand and. This microphone? Okay, sure. Can.
Good afternoon, everyone, once again. I'd written my question here, and my question to you, sir, reads, to what extent should one make friends, especially when you talked about sales? To what extent should one make friendship, especially considering the fact that others would say you cannot mix business with friendship? Maybe could you kindly elaborate more on that? How is it to our advantage when we make friends as our point of sale to begin with? Thank you.
Thank you so much. To what extent? Should we answer this question, or maybe we allow other more questions to come? Maybe we answer this one first. Allow more? Okay, another question before I answer this one?
There's actually a box with questions.
I want people to interact with me, maybe. Any question? Okay, Brother Lumbwe. Maybe you can, even there, right? Okay.
I think I actually have 3 questions.
Are you allowing 3 questions, Jen?
But I'll just pick one.
Okay.
Okay. You talked about partnerships. So my question is, what factors should influence the choice of partnerships you make?
Okay. Okay. What should influence the type of partnership that you make? Okay. Another question? Okay, there is another question from my sister there.
How do you show consistency in sales, or what do you have to do, and what role does it play with people?
Okay. Maybe I'll start with that same one. Consistency. What role does it play in business? I don't know. There are 2 people. Today, this person starts a business. For example, you are seeing 2 people on Facebook. This one starts a business, for example. They are selling something, a product. 2 weeks later, they've closed that business. They've opened another company. They are selling another product. 3 weeks later, they are in another business. And here is another person who says, okay, me, I sell honey. And you've been seeing them sell honey for many years. Who are you going to trust between the 2? The one who has been more consistent. So that's the role that consistency plays. When you are consistent, people trust you. Usually, when someone is not consistent in a certain field, there's only one thing. It could be they are not straightforward with people. If you are crooked, if you are stealing from people, it's difficult for you to be in an industry for a long time. Because you'll just be there for 2 years, and you are out of business. So consistency, if you are constantly showing up, if I tell you I'm going to, like if you've noticed, some TV stations are very good at this. Wasangati Mpali starts at 21 hours every day. You even know to say, at 21 hours when I just get home, I don't know what time Mpali starts. I don't know which channel it airs, but I'm just saying. 21 hours exactly, you know you're going to find Mpali. The consistency. So people would, even a shop, you go to a shop, today they don't have sugar, or Africa, sugar point, how tapari, okay. Again, to tomato, how tapari. Next time you stop going, like, whatever consistent, I'm going to go to another place. So that's what consistency does. And the other way you can, how do you maintain that consistency? It's like love. Love is not an emotion. It's a decision that you make. I gave an example when I was on TV the other time to say, for us married men, when you marry a woman that you love, it's a decision. If it was an emotion, if it was a feeling, even in here I would have 2 girlfriends, because there are beautiful girls everywhere. Beautiful ladies, wherever you go, you're going to find them. Does it mean now every beautiful woman that you find will have fire? No, because you have decided to say, I'm going to be with this one for the rest of my life. But if it was based on how you feel, right now I would have maybe 5 wives, 6 wives, because they're beautiful people. Every single day we see them. People are trying to pretend, but it happens. Even women see these things. Even women do see guys who are, oh, that guy is cool. He's handsome. You're married, but you are seeing other people who are handsome. What is stopping you from getting into that relationship is that decision that you have made. So business is about making that decision. You say, okay, every day at 6 hours, I'll be posting a video. You stick to it. I don't know how best I can tell you how to do it. The easiest way, I don't know. But all I know is that it's a decision. I don't know how hard it's going to be for you, but you have to do it if you have to be successful. So that is consistency. Thank you. Have I answered your question? Okay. We are not answering the other questions?
You are.
Oh, okay. The other question was from Lumbwe. He was talking about partnerships. What factors in... what was the question again?
He's written it down.
Okay. What determines the type of partnership you should get into? Okay. 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 So number one, I'm going to talk about one which is very important. Whenever somebody comes to you and they want to partner with you, the first thing is you need to know what they want. You need to know what motivates them. Is their motivation money? Are they looking for quick cash? Is it someone who's saying, defanga twaingisha lero 2 pini, mairika fume 10 pin? You need to know their motivation. What is it that motivates this person? Is it money? Is it quick cash? Or is it they're just interested in building a legacy with you? There are people that just come to say they are not even interested in money, but they just love what you are doing. They say, I want to partner with you. I don't care whether we are going to make money or not, but I want to work with you. So you need to know what you are looking for yourself. Are you looking for a short business, whether you just want to make money quick, because that will determine your partner that you come up with. But you are looking for a long-term partnership. You need somebody who has the same vision as you, somebody who is also looking for something that you are looking for, not somebody who is looking for quick cash. Number two, look for somebody who has a strength that you don't have. I gave an example. I'm a salesman. I don't need another salesman in my business. Jenny is enough. She's a marketing officer. Yeah, I'm a salesman. There's a difference. So you don't need another salesman. So for me, my weakness maybe could be fine. I don't know how to handle cash. When money comes in, you know, you are making money in the business, but you don't know. Those things happen. So you need to look for somebody who has that strength that you are lacking. That is how you go about it. I don't know if I've answered your question, sir.
There's another question here. Mr. CEO, sir, how does consistency play a role in sales?
Is that the one we just answered? Oh, I think that was...
Okay, that one has been tackled.
Yes.
So this was one of the questions.
Mr. Mwemba, we haven't answered this question.
Okay.
Maybe we can answer him.
Okay, sure.
Yes. At what extent do you make friends? Okay, she wants to come in.
What was the question again?
To what extent are we supposed to create social circles of friendship, especially when it comes to sales, especially them being a point of our business sales?
At what point we're supposed to make friendship in? Firstly, did I create friendship with you people? Did I have that rapport with you people here? Did I?
It's just a seminar.
Okay, so friendship is very important in business. Very, very important. So the thing with making somebody feel like they are your friend makes them even buy your product even before they buy you before they can buy it, like my boss said. So your aim, like my aim here today, is to make friends with each one of you so that you can come to ZANU. So if I make friendship with you people here, the next time you think of one of our services, even though we're slightly expensive, you think of coming to ZANU because we have that friendship. So that should be your first thing. First thing. Even study this person. So let me look at this auntie of mine here. Best are you not going to chase them out of your business?
I think sometimes there are certain answers that you give. There are certain times, even there have been situations where I'm presenting something to someone, and then instead of listening to what you are telling them, they're like, "No, you're a good salesman." Then I tell them, because this is the thing. I'm not there to sell myself. I'm selling the product. So this is what is important. So always bring them back to the product. Oh, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you so much. But you see, Mr. Mulenga, this product that I have is actually more powerful than what you think. It's more powerful than me because all of us are getting paid because of this particular product. You know what I mean? So you have to find a way of diverting the attention back to the product. Just like she said, you divert back to the product. Friendships, Wakalamba, it's always better to have friends in I don't know, there are certain statements that people use that do not mix friendship with business. I don't know if that is correct, honestly speaking. Because to me, I believe, like I was just giving you an example. You know, I was giving you an example. This guy has been convinced by this salesperson. And then I just tell him to say, boy, this phone is better. He buys my product. People will always trust you. You are better off being friends with them than them saying, you know what I mean? But it's only you who knows the boundaries, how far they can go. Because you always divert them back to the product. Oh, thank you so much. I take that as a, but here is the product I'm selling. Always bring them back to what you are selling. And I can't tell you how to do that. That will depend on your wisdom and how you have been raised. There are certain people, they can just write you a message, you know. Some of us, it's very difficult to chase people away. So you would rather someone who can but there are people who are just frank, they can just tell you point blank. You know, but there are others who are... Anyway, but I'll leave that up to you because it also depends on your wisdom. But the only thing is divert them back to what you are selling.
Yeah, and then maybe the reason why we're saying create friendships, just like that point that you talked about. A friend, you always trust a friend. So it's the most important thing. We have to mark the word trust. In friendship, there's trust. So when you create friendships with your customers, it's easy for them to, they will trust you. So we're not saying, it's the same like that Chinese proverb, which says, allow birds to fly on you, don't allow them to make nests.
Yes.
So you can allow people, when they come they come to you, you chat, you even, that other point which he said, they're not interested to know about what you know until they know that you care.
Yes.
Haven't you noticed that there are some people, you are not close to them, but they come to you, they greet you, hi Stanley, how are you? Then, you know, I'm going through this issue. You know, my wife or my husband, someone says to tell you about it's not because they are close to you, but they feel they can explain that to you. So that is, it's a friendship that you've created, not a friendship like the friends that we have. Those that we know, they can come, you assist. Those are the friends that can bring down your business. But friendship with customers, let them have that trust that if I go to, and actually I've noticed it's one of the things that have killed a lot of businesses in Zambia. Like, people don't know customer service. Customer service, where even when you go to a restaurant, you want to have a meal. Someone can't even greet you. They just come, these are the menus. I know, they go, you're waiting. You know? So, that shows that there's no friendship. But if there's friendship there, someone will come. Oh, how are you? Fine. You're welcome to. Okay. Okay. You want to have a meal? Okay. Please come. Sit here. Is it comfortable here for you, or we move you to the other side? Someone is being a friend to you. So that's the extent we're not talking about, not the extent that can go beyond. No, that is not the friendship. Just them trusting that you can do it.
Yeah.
That's the reason. You know the reason why people always like, if you go out somewhere, you're busy doing something, they will say, let's go to Hungry Lion. Because the Hungry Lion, they are fast. They'll serve you quickly and you have your product. So that is the friendship people have created with the Hungry Lion. They trust Hungry Lion. So people must trust you that you can offer that product.
Interesting. Thank you so much. Okay.
Which question am I doing? I don't know where this question came from. When it comes to partnership, what factors should influence the choice of partnerships you should enter in? Have we answered that question?
Yeah, we have.
You said people buy more into individuals than the company. How do you make yourself sellable? Have we answered that question?
Have we answered the question? Yes. How do you make yourself sellable? I think I touched that in the presentation, right? Yeah, personal brand, yes. Where you begin to pitch your ideas to groups, and yes, you become a person of influence. Maybe one thing I didn't touch there is about purpose. I always talk about purpose wherever I go, because everything that you do comes under what your purpose is. Even the choice of marriage, I was having a chat the other day with a colleague in my office. We were having a chat about marriage. We were saying, what determines the type of woman you should marry? You need to understand what your purpose is. Because when you know your purpose, then it's easy for you to find a woman who is going to fit in that purpose. You know what I mean? Huh? A woman will come in your house to help you. What is she coming to help you with? If you don't have a vision, you don't have a purpose, what is she coming to help you with? So even when it comes to businesses, the type of product that you sell, the type of business that you go into has to align with your purpose. I believe my purpose is helping people. There are certain times I've had calls from people who want to commit suicide. They're calling me, and I speak to them. Within minutes, they are laughing. They're like, but I was crying the whole week. I've spoken to pastors. They've prayed for me, but you just spoke to me, and I'm laughing within 20 minutes. That's my purpose. So how do I do that? I start a business that helps people in that same regard. So I'm living my purpose. So I'm well aligned. So the first thing is your purpose. So if you haven't found your purpose, you need to find out what your purpose is. That's another topic for another day.
Okay. How do you boost your self-esteem as an upcoming entrepreneur who faces negative, no form of getting customers or saying you are expensive?
Am I answering that one, or there's someone who wants to answer? Okay. Okay, so how do you boost your self-esteem? What gives you confidence, number one, is knowledge. Knowledge of the truth. Not just knowledge. So this is the thing. If you want to... Okay. Somebody gave me this advice, that whenever you are going to present something, for example, last time ZNBC called me, specifically they called me to go and talk about branding. They said, we want you to come and talk about branding for 10 minutes. The interview went on for 20 minutes, but they told me 10 minutes. So when you find yourself in an instance where you're going to talk about branding for 10 minutes, you need to have information about branding here 3 hours. You're going to talk for 20 minutes, but you need to have information that can last up to 3 hours. That will boost your confidence. When you know what you're talking about, when you know what you are doing, it gives you confidence. I'll give you another example. When you have a 20,000 kwacha in your account, other people here who don't have money, who don't have 20 kwacha, but you, because of what you know, and what you know is that you have a 20 pin in the account. You even, it's very easy for you to talk about it. Do you know why you're able to say that? It's because of the knowledge that you have. And the knowledge that you have is that you have money. That's what it's about. So entrepreneurship, if you want to be confident in what you are doing, knowledge will give you confidence. When you know your stuff, I always tell my team, I was having a chat with Jenny just 2 days ago about this same thing. I was telling her, you are a marketing specialist. I don't want when we go to Google in America, and then you meet other marketing specialists, and then you are happy, because you don't know. But imagine if she knows her stuff, she's well read, she'll go in those meetings, they'll be having conversations, and she'll be just there. And the self-confidence is boosted by what you know. If you know what you're talking about, you will always have confidence. Nobody has to tell you to have confidence. The reason why you are scared to stand in front is because you don't know. That's the only reason why you don't want to come and stand here and talk, because you don't know. So in your field, know your field. We had the chat with Mr. Maliko when he came to my office the other day. And the biggest challenge that people have, all of you are in here, maybe you are seeing me what I'm doing. Unfortunately, you all want to do what I'm doing. Because you think, stage, but is that your purpose? Is that in line with your purpose? Some of you are just, I was telling about my business partner, he's not here. But there are certain things that he's doing that is making us look nice. You know what I mean? Huh? There are certain people in our team that you've never seen before and you will never see them. But the things that they do This presentation, it's not me who did this. I didn't make any of this stuff. The cameras, I don't know anything about cameras. That man behind imagine if that man also wants to be in front. Now who's going to be behind that camera? So some people, you need to understand what your purpose is and become a celebrity in that area. Like Chera Tukota is a cameraman. Like Chera Tukota is a celebrity. Cameraman. Badari Panga Sereb. Are you, some people know how to cut grass. Become a celebrity, cut grass. When HH is thinking of someone to cut his grass, the first name is you. Now, unfortunately, you want to be like me, what I'm doing here, which is usually a problem and impossible. A banana can never become an apple. Impossible. Anyway.
Okay, so this is the last question that I'm reading from here, and then I'll get 2 questions online. How do you convince a customer to buy into your business idea as a new entrant in a market? Like
how?
How are you convincing a customer who's entering that market business idea for the first time? Like you're just new in the brand. How do you convince somebody to buy you? There are already people out there doing that thing.
Yeah, I think I gave you some shortcuts already. Partnerships. And partnership is not just about starting a business. You need to identify a brand that is in line with what you are doing. I'll give you an example. My company, there is one influencer who approached us. He said, I can start advertising your business for you. I can start advertising your business for you. This is a person who's very well known. He's a celebrity. I turned it down. Do you know why? His brand and my brand, they can't align. Because if I'm a Christian, I don't sell alcohol, I don't smoke, I don't do any of those things. I've got values before what I'm doing. So even if I've seen a lot of some of my friends who are actually SDA in my church, they are Christians, SDA church, but you will see them, they are promoting baller bets, betting and all those things. For me, no matter how much money you are going to offer me, if what you are offering me is not in line with my purpose and I don't agree with your values, I'll turn down that money. Try me even today. Tell me you'll give me 100 pin if I promote cigarette on my page. I will not. Because I've got values before I start my business. So as a new entrant in the market, the fastest way is to identify people who are already in the business. I've got somebody that I know, his name is Remy Kangwa on Facebook. Remy Kangwa, the first time I met that guy, he was doing Forever Living and all those things. We met in Kitwe at some place. This guy, my page was at 10,000 views. He was starting his page with 0 followers. 0 followers. Me, my page was already at 10,000. He was starting his brand, and then if you followed, most of you who know that guy, if you followed him very well, we started attaching himself to Mizokanji. You know, Mizokanji on his page, he's on Mizokanji's page. That earned him quick success. Within a short period of time, that guy had more followers than me. I didn't change 16,000. Look at where he is. But I was bigger than him at some point. He aligned himself with a bigger brand. So do not be afraid to associate with bigger brands. Do not be afraid to take pictures with people who are more successful than you and post them. People need to know that you interact with them. It's not boasting. Because sometimes when I take a photo, I was with Dumisani in Lusaka, we took a picture, I posted it on my page. It's not just about posting a picture. It's business. Because people saw me with that guy, they're like, oh, so Brighton and this guy, they know each other. Do you know what that did to my brand? Automatically, my brand is lifted up. Others are saying, I'm not going to talk post. I don't care. I'm building a brand. So that is how you build a brand. Identify a bigger brand, attach yourself. Oh, sorry, madam. Attach yourself to a bigger brand. It will earn you quicker success than it would by doing it yourself. Doing it yourself can take you many years. But if you do it with another person who is bigger than you, or somebody who knows more than you, that will make you move as fast as possible. I don't know if I've answered that question. Mm-hmm.
Our friends on Facebook, we're waiting for your questions, and we can answer your questions. While we wait for the questions on Facebook, what factors should you consider when coming up with a brand name or a company name?
Yeah, sure, you can.
Okay, basically, when you're coming up with a name for your company, The only challenge that you have, firstly, you need to submit 3 names. So the challenge is when we submit those 3 names for you to PACRA, if they are already in the system, it gets reverted and you have to submit other names again. So I don't really think there's something that you need to consider because you can't know which name is in the system already. But at least there are those common names that you can just say, but I think this one is already in the system. To avoid that reverting process and going back and forth, that will prolong. So I think...
Okay. Maybe just to add on to what she has already said. Are you done, madam?
Yes.
You're done, okay. To add on to what she has already said, okay, I'll get back to you. That she was talking about registering the brand, but maybe also when we talk about what should you consider when you are coming up with a brand name. A brand, I know most people think when you talk about brands, people think about logos. They are thinking about the logo, what color should you have, but brand is nothing like that. The logo is very important because it helps you identify the business. But your brand is the emotion that is attached to your name. When people say Nchimunya, what is the first thought that comes to their mind? That is your brand. So when people say Brighton and then the first thing that comes to their mind is comedian, no matter how I think about myself, that is my brand. You know, people think I'm a comedian. That is my brand. So that is your brand. Your brand is what people talk about when you're not in the room. You are not there, what they are saying, that is your brand. So now when you're talking about starting a company with a brand, you always have to attach the emotion to it. So even the name that you are choosing, when that name is mentioned or that by Landeshinelio, what emotion will it bring to them? You know, what emotion will it bring to them? But for it to bring that emotion to them, it's your job now, as the CEO, as the owner of the business, to align that brand to a feeling that you want people to have. So if you want people to think, whenever they think of your company, they think empowerment. Who are you empowering already? Are you empowering people on Facebook? Are you giving out some money? Are you doing what? Because the moment you do that, people, I'll give another example. If you say Makitu, what is the first thing in your mind? Musician. You know? The same gentleman we talked about, Remy Kanko, is a philanthropist. He helps people. Mike Tyson is always punching people. So when you think of Mike Tyson, no mutewa focus make coffee. Just thinking about Mike Tyson, you'll be like, eesh. So when people are mentioning your name, what is the first thought in their mind of you? Are they saying Chikawalala? You know what I mean? Huh? Crook, or maybe womanizer. You know those things. Is that what they are saying in their minds? If that's what they are saying, then that is your brand. I'm not saying we have all made mistakes in the past, including myself. I've done some business deals in the past, maybe that didn't work out, and you know, I've wronged some people in my business journey. There are people who don't see me the same way you see me. Some of them are like, come on, check it, because we did a deal together, it didn't work out. That happens. But we are not talking about the past. From now, going forward, who are you? So start aligning yourself with how you want people to see you. That's why I was telling you, even certain people, you should not be found with them, because their brand speaks of controversy. Sorry, Jenny, just one last. We are organizing an event in February, so we wanted to invite a speaker to come through. So this speaker, when the name was brought to us, the first thing we said, this man is too controversial. That's what I said. When they brought the name, said, let's invite this man. This man is always fighting with people on Facebook. Do we want to associate ourselves with a fighter? No. So we want to associate our brand with how we want people to see us. I don't know if we've answered that brand question.
Or maybe just to add on a little bit, I think you can also market yourself. Or maybe, let me speak with Mr. Chifunde. I have a question for you. I want you to relate, for me, marketing and branding, because these work hand in hand when starting up a company, in relation with wife and husband.
Branding and marketing. Okay, so this is the scenario. Branding is the father. Marketing is the mother. The children are sales. So when I say branding is the father, when you are a father and you are a good father, your wife will have very good things to say about you. And when your wife has good things to say about you, you're respecting the community. nakuchechu tupoto balamba kushashani balamba kwa abayoda, because your wife is able to say nice things about you. So marketing is the same. So there's a brand, which is the father, and then the mother is the marketer. So how good is the marketer communicating the brand? Because the brand is that emotion. So there's the father, there's the mother, and then there's sales. So if your brand is good enough, remember we said the brand is the emotion attached to your name. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So if your brand is strong enough, and then you have a strong marketing team, because they are able to communicate what your brand is to the world, do you know the end result of that? You're going to have sales in the business. You're going to have sales. So that is the difference between branding, marketing, and sales. So branding is now just that emotion. Like even when we just say Coca-Cola, what is that? For example, Nike is very good at this. Even the way they do their adverts. The way Nike starts their adverts, they will start with a photo, maybe a boxer. But they will really boxer, up on a punch. And then I am trainer. Trainer, shortly, that's how Nike do their adverts. All the time. So that is the emotion that they want to attach. When you think about them, you think about, so I can be great also, I can be like Mike Jordan. So there's a brand, then there's the marketing team. When the marketing do a good job, you're going to have sales. That's how it works. Is that clear?
Yes. Do we have any questions on Facebook?
From here, do we have any questions? Or have we exhausted everything? Okay, there's
the question.
There's some questions online.
Okay. What was your question, madam? What? Loans. Oh, loans. No. You should never get a loan to start a business. Get a loan to grow a business, not to start a business. Do you know why I'm saying this? Because unless you know the business that you are doing, you only get at the point when you want to grow the company. You now understand your business. You know the challenges in the business. You know, you've done it before, you have failed before, now you are willing to expand it. At that point, then you can get other people's money and invest it. But if you are just you are experimenting, you can't experiment with other people's money. Some of us found ourselves in such problems when we were starting the businesses. Now, this is me being honest with you. I found myself in situations like that where I get people's money. I fail to pay it back because I don't understand the business that I'm doing. I failed miserably. And maybe that also, at some point, it's even like the brand we're talking about, you know? So sometimes getting other people's money for a business that you don't understand will just land you into problems. So first, start with what you have from where you are. Understand the business. Then you can say, oh, I now know my business, bring money. Let's do it together. Yeah.
So I've also experienced that.
Mm-hmm.
Someone, like I was starting a business, then someone invested in my business. But you know, when you are starting a business for the first time, you've never done it. There are certain things that maybe you've not researched about the business. So I also found myself in a predicament where now the business is not doing well. The founder of the business wants money. What am I going to do? So now it becomes a problem.
You are a punka now.
Yes, I become a punka. Because I'm not even a punka, but I meant well.
Yes.
But because certain things I didn't consider while starting the business.
Yes.
As a result, it put me in a situation where now I have to find the ways and means to retain the money. So that one was a lesson. The next time, never engage. Never start a business with money that is not yours.
No, never.
Yes, and then, or maybe, like Reza put it, if maybe you've already been in the business, now you want it to grow. There you can ask money from some people say, I want to grow my business from this level to that level. Then, you know, even when you put money in there, okay, if I do that, that will happen. Or if I fail to do this or that, money will be able to be preserved and they'll be able to return to the owners. But if you don't know, you're just starting, you don't know, because no business, I would say business has no straight curve. It's
Fine. Roller coaster.
It's up and down. So never get money that is not yours to start a business unless you're already established.
But it's a good idea to use other people's money. It is only when you have understood. Okay, Madam Chimonya has a question here.
No, not a question.
Okay.
But just a contribution. I think I've also found myself in a situation like that where you meant well. And you have done your research and everything, but what is on the ground is different. But maybe another question from what you have just said, I recently learned about the term other people's money.
Yes, OPM.
Yeah, so I want to start a business and everything like that, but I do not have the money. So what do I do?
What do you do when you don't have capital? I'll not answer that question, but I'll give you a scenario of how I started my machine business. The way I started my machine business, I didn't have any money whatsoever. I used to have a machine that I was using to make freezes. So I sold the machine at some point. I posted it on Facebook. I was advertising the machine. So people started texting, how much is that machine? I sold the machine. But people still kept calling me, how much is that machine? No, I've already sold it, it's gone. Another person calls me, machine it's gone. And then I realized, I'm turning down money. So what I did, I identified someone who made machines. This guy knows how to make machines. And then I started there to get his machines. I take pictures. These are not my machines. I take pictures, his machines. I post on my page. It was actually somewhere in Nakadori. I post on my page. People start calling in. I sell the machine. He gives me commission. I make my money. So number one skill or capital that you need before you start your business and you don't have money, sales. You need to learn how to sell. Because if you learn how to sell yourself, you convince people to give you money. Because you can sell. So you can identify a product. Once you have learned how to be a salesperson, now identify a product that you can. There are so many people who are willing to give products for free, even cars. Do you know you can sell a car and make a commission of 70,000 kwacha? On someone's car, I can convince someone to buy your car. Oh, I'm a plots, I'm a houses. So number one skill you need to raise capital is the ability to sell yourself and your products. So money normally just comes in because that's how some of us have started these businesses. You start a business with no money. And then as you are going, then somebody with more money says, let's do it together. You get the point? You find a product. There are certain things that even people in here, Brother Francis, he has sold my things before. I have sold his before. I have made commissions from him before. Just him. There are certain things that he has. I've sold them on his behalf and I've made a profit. And that's some of the money that I've used to start my businesses. So that's how I can answer that question.
I talk too much sometimes. Even the point that you talked about, partnerships. Partnerships. If you have something that you feel it can work well, you want to start it, you have a proper plan and a proper idea, you can partner with someone. Partnerships can also work. You partner with someone, they can invest in your business. That way, even when the business goes down, at least they will know to say, it's because of this. They understand they are your partner. But if you get money for the sake of just you alone, then you say you give them back, then becomes a problem. But partnerships can also help us to use someone's money.
But consider the factors we talked about. Yeah. What is their motivation? If you're going to partner with someone who wants quick cash, you are in trouble again. Somebody who wants to build a legacy with you, then that's the person you need.
Good afternoon, Monica. By door. What are the dangers of not seeking consultancy service or not even networking? Thank you so much.
That's Monica Baidu.
Yes.
I think I know her. She's from Flavor FM. Thank you so much, Monica, for that question. The danger of not consulting, the problem is because you think you know. That is the problem that you have. Your business is not growing because you think you know. Because you think Brighton is somebody that I grew up with, Felix, Blessings. You know, these are my friends that I grew up with. Look at them, they are here, these are my friends. I grew up with them, but they are here to listen to what I have to teach. That is what, but there are people who don't even walk in here. Balanje when she was bright. I used to sleep with Blessings on the same bed. You know, I fish and uncle for bright. You know, but this guy has humbled himself to say, let me go and learn from my friend, from what he knows. So if you think you know, that's why your business is not growing. Because the problem that is in your, there are certain problems that are in our houses right now, or in our businesses, that could be solved just by reading Francis Kangwa's book, The Untold Truth. Just by reading his book, you sort out all your problems. I don't know if I should mention name, but somebody came to my office the other day. You know, we talked for a long time, and he said, bro, I've been struggling with this thing for so many years, but just sitting down with you, you've got no idea how you've opened my mind. That's a discussion I had with a colleague in my office just yesterday. For many years, it has been difficult for me to discover what my purpose is. But just having this conversation with you, it has actually opened up my mind. So sometimes that's why you need experts in every field, because when somebody is an expert in a certain field, they've dedicated their lives to that thing. I'm a salesman. I don't know anything about finance, but there's someone who they dedicated their life to that. Why not go and consult? Because they will just give me 2 things that will sort out my issues. So the danger of not consulting is you'll be alone. The world is changing. The world is moving. Some people don't even attend these conferences. I remember with Radical Entrepreneurs, the conference, but the lessons that we are learning just from interacting here, the things that I've learned from here, the things that we have shared in here, they have helped us. You know? So that is the power of networking. And networking, you know, there are so many things that we can say. Those are topics on another. The networking on itself, that's a topic on its own. How you network, do you find the right networks. That is very important, because networking, the company that is taking care of our security, we have an office in Ndeke, New Ndeke. We have a company that we have engaged. They are the ones that are providing security services. That company came to one of our meetings. He just came to one of our meetings that we have at our offices. And then he said, oh, actually, I have this company, we provide security services. From there, we said, oh, this is the company. That is the company that we have hired, because we networked in those meetings. The partners that I was telling you about, we have partners in Turkey, we have partners in Australia. My friend Blessings, because we've done some business together with him, so we have had meetings together with those guys in those meetings. They're in those countries. How did we meet? Because there was a conference somewhere where my partner went, and he met that client. Now we are doing big business because of just going to an event. Just that simple act of going to an event. We have a company in Zambia, we are doing shipping because somebody in our group went to an event. So that's how powerful some of these things are. But I don't know, we take it for granted. Yo, I'm a motivational speaker. I started my business with the rice. You know?
Actually, you can also get to find a potential person for your company out of networking. Just here, you can find somebody that you've seen. Okay, but this one is capable. So networking is very important. Michael Siame, good afternoon. How to grow and improve networking, marketing business. This is something similar.
I think that is something similar.
Okay, Kennedy, good afternoon. Is it okay to get money from a business that's kind of stable to start up another business? Thank you, Kennedy.
I heard this one from, I don't know if you guys know Vusi Tembekwaya. Vusi from South Africa, he was asked this same question. And I'm going to say the same thing that he said. You have a business. This business is your main wife. Then the new business you want to start, that's your girlfriend. This is your wife that you have been with for many years. You understand her. She knows you very well. This is a girlfriend that you have no idea about. You don't know who she is. Then you are getting money from your wife, and then you are taking it to your girlfriend. Panono wife onda, girlfriend ina. When this business fails, because this is your girlfriend, she doesn't care. She doesn't even want marriage from you. She doesn't care. So when this business fails, when this relationship fails, this girlfriend will walk away. By the time you are coming back to your wife, your wife is gone. Your business is dead. So you should never get money from your wife to finance your girlfriend. So that is my answer. you should never, unless there's another way, there's a way you can do it. You can borrow. Maybe you can borrow money from this business to this other business. But again, like I said, this is, for me, I would like to start every business as a separate entity on its own. Okay, this business I've started, this is how I started this business, I raised money like this, So maybe from my money, because in my company, like for example, ZANU, I get paid, I have a salary. So the money that I get, that's my money now. Maybe I can risk that money to go and start another business. But not money from my main chick or wife. Chumunya, you had something to say?
That makes sense, but then how do you look at the concept of companies that have become a group of companies? I would love to believe that they started as one company and then they kept on maybe merging with other companies and or maybe starting up other companies like that. So they become a group of companies. So how is that?
Okay, so I'll give you an example of our own business. I'll give you of our own scenario. So we have a consultancy business, which is ZANU. Under ZANU, there's another company, it's called Bagat. That is the company I was telling about from Turkey and Rwanda, those partners that that business that we are operating. That's a different business on its own. So when that business came on board, we said, okay, this is another business that has come. So what do? It's a business on its own. And we did not touch any of our money from ZANU. The only thing that we are doing is that ZANU is going to be a shareholder in that business. Okay? ZANU is going to be a shareholder in that business. So I'm not going to invest the money in that company as Brighton, but ZANU is the one that has invested money in that business. And do you know why ZANU invested money in that business? It's because this is a business that has been proven to work. Like I said, you borrow money to invest in a business that you understand. So we are getting that money into a field that we already know and understand. If you are a group of companies, for example, ZANU, you want to start another business, there are many ways you can go about it. You can either start by finding a partner, and when I say you don't need money to start a business, I don't know how I can emphasize this. Because I want to tell how it's impossible. You can say, no, but it's possible. It's 100% possible. There's a partner that we are working with. I can't give you the details of that partnership, but this is a partner in Germany. They want to do something here in Zambia, and they're looking for someone they can do it with. Because of my expertise and the expertise at ZANU, they said, no, we can do business together. In that deal we are talking about, we are not putting up anything. The only thing we are putting up is just our knowledge and our connections. And the company is going to start, and we'll make money. So I don't know if I've answered that question correctly. Maybe it's just another topic that we... You can come to the office for more.
Okay, thank you so much. I think this is where we end for the questions. And Mr. Chifunda's time for what we followed. I think we've asked all the questions and we're clear. And then if you have some more questions, you can come to ZANU. Or you can call us on 0774 15 44 44. 0774 15 44 44. Thank you so much, Mr. Brighton. That was very beautiful, nice, amazing. I also learned a lot. I should assume also your class did. Yes.
Go and sit.
Yes, you can take your seat.
Where am I sitting?
Right here. We can...
Thank you. Previous slide.
Okay, how many of us enjoyed? Wow, knowledge is power, isn't it? Yes, you agree with me that knowledge is able to not only motivate you, but also to give you the first step to take, isn't it? Yes. So we've been motivated, that's the first step. And obviously now we've got our first step. For some of us, if we didn't come here, we wouldn't even know what to do. But now that we've come here, we know what our first step will be, isn't it? Yes. Another round of applause for our CEO. Okay, so this is great. And as Zanu was saying, this is our first masterclass. And believe you me, there is much more aligned. this is but just the beginning. It's just a scratch. We've got much more that we are going to do, obviously, the remainder of the year through our social media platforms, but still, even next year. Okay, so as we keep on interacting, as days go by, on our social media platforms, we are going to show what events are lined up of this nature and even much more, so that we can keep on adding to our knowledge day by day, isn't it? Okay, thank you so much. So at this point in time, when you learn, there's always a theory, then there's a what? A practical. So we're going to do something small. We are going to test the skill that we have received to see if at all we are able to put it into what? Practice. Because at the end of the day, that's the point. When you learn, you should be able to do what? Yeah, to practice what you have learned. So this is where we're going to go next.
Well, we're about to have the ZANU challenge. So here what's going to happen, I will need 2 volunteers to come up front. Can I give you an example on you? Like, can
Sure.
I? Okay.
Sure.
So the 2 people that are going to come up front should convince me to why I can buy this water from ZANU at 20 kwacha when I can actually buy it in ShopRite at 3 kwacha. Why am I buying your water at 20 kwacha when I can buy it in ShopRite at 3 kwacha?
Ah,
Volunteers.
that's an
I
interesting
will
challenge. Okay, so we need 2 volunteers to show us why we should buy it at 20 kwacha. It's about sales, isn't it? Yes, and marketing. So we want to see the skill now. Sure, so may we have the volunteers to come up front. From what we've learned, how can we sell this bottle of water, even at 20 kwacha? And you convince me and I actually buy it. When I can actually get it at even 5 kwacha, isn't it? Yes.
ShopRite. So you're convincing me.
Okay, volunteers, we can come to the front.
Can I pick? Can I choose? A man and a lady. Fair enough. So let's see who has the brains, the men or the ladies. So if the men don't win, then us, we bring the new people.
Okay, okay. Challenge accepted. We're going to go with that. So men, please don't make us lose. We want to see you promote. So come forward and...
The future is female.
Let them sell their businesses.
Do you agree with me that there are shops you go to where water is sold at 20 kwacha?
Yes.
So what we're talking about is not far-fetched, right? Thank you. So it's actually a very simple challenge if you get to think about it.
Maybe we get to choose.
2 volunteers, male, female. We can point. I'm not good at pointing. Okay, you can point.
Okay, not to be biased, I will point the gentleman, you point
Sure.
the lady, so that,
Sure.
yes. You start first.
I'm picking a lady, okay? This is Mungalava. Okay, so I've chosen my candidate who is going to come forward and convince us why we should buy this at 20 kwacha.
As the one convincing me and
Okay.
him to buy a bottle from you. So I'm not choosing them.
Yes, you can choose now from the male.
Nobody's looking at me. Wow. Look at me.
I can choose for you.
Ah, the CEO is going to choose.
Okay, yes, the CEO
Okay.
choose.
He's right
No,
here.
no, no.
So, I didn't get your name.
So we just need the idea to come from one. Then after this is done, you are going to see what we are going to do. Everyone will have a say on which opinion is actually better and ideas that have been left so that we all participate, isn't it? So get the idea from these volunteers, first volunteers, and from there we will have all of us interacting.
Or maybe I'll be on her side and you be with him.
Okay,
So,
sure.
yes, I think so.
No.
So, I didn't get your name? Which one? And
Stan.
Stanley. so your challenge is on. Okay.
The floor is yours. You can come and convince us.
So our water as ZANU is well treated. We ensure this water is well treated, and it's got minerals that can help you as an individual, or as a person, even to clear your immunity. This water is the first of its kind on the market. You can go to ShopRite. You can go to any chain store. This water, you can't find it. It's only found at ZANU. So this water, it doesn't have any gases that can affect you. To those that have gases, it's well treated, gases extracted. It's pure mineral water that you need for you to have good health. Sure.
Sorry, before you can come in, I said you are helping him. Don't forget. That's all you have to say for your bottle.
Okay. Thank you so much. So there are spices in this water that you can see. Okay? And these spices can give you double health. Okay? But it's not taken from any mischievous source. It's actually taken from things that we learn from class, you know. So in here there are many mineral salts that I would like to point out. So I would go to my table here, and I would mention what is found, and say what they do for humans being healthy. So that's where I would start from if I'm to promote this to go at 20. I've given one. Somebody else would want to help the guys, maybe? Yes, Machasa.
So the packaging is nice, and just the branding itself, you cannot find it anywhere else. So it's nice, you can have it.
Okay, he speaks on the packaging part. That's good. Another ma'am? That's leakage? Okay. Okay, let me pick on one more.
Because our water is special.
Yes.
So we have a lot of
Pick
things
on one
to
more.
talk about it.
Yes, sir. Check.
Our water at ZANU,
Yes.
quenchable first compared to, this is 500 milliliters of water. But for you to get the same quenchness, the saturate, you need 5 liters from the others.
Wow.
Yeah, so we picked on obviously imaginable nutrients. Obviously, can't see them, they're not visible, but they're there, you know? And it's not a lie, is it? We've learned from school. Then we promoted the packaging. Obviously, we've got a very good shot and good idea. Then there, he's added his ideas. So this is from us. Okay. Fair? Okay, thank you. We move to the females now. We come and give us a reason why we should buy it at 20.
Let's come.
So who am I supposed to be convincing? Is it all of you?
Yes.
Or is it her?
No.
She's on your side.
She- Oh, wow. Hello, everybody. Boy, you're looking very, very tired and thirsty.
Wow.
Where are you coming from?
Wow.
You know, I have some bottles of water that I'm selling, but because I like you so much, I'd like to give you this bottle of water. And, you know, this bottle of water has so many benefits. Our water just is not made from the borehole. You know, we draw our water from fresh springs. And when you talk about fresh springs, we are talking about natural water. I know you would love to have you know that you would want to have something natural in your system to quench your thirst, to cool you down. Would you like to have this bottle of water on one condition? That if I give you this free bottle of water, you're going to talk about it to your friends, to your family, and to your colleagues.
Wow.
Do I even need to say anything more?
No.
I don't think so.
No, I think she played us.
I don't even.
She tricked us somewhere.
Did you see how it was 3 over 1?
Wow.
There's one contribution from the lady.
Okay, you can feel free to come to the front. May. Sure. Okay, so we're going to have another contribution to the manifesto that has been placed.
So like my sister said, you know, I used to suffer from pimples. I had a lot of pimples on my face. But immediately I started taking this water. I'm telling you, it has helped me clear the pimples.
Wow.
So the marketer is a brand of the company.
Well, our water is not found in ShopRite. You just find it at the airport and Garden Court. So if you are unable to go to Garden Court and the airport, then you can't find ZANU water. So we get to choose who's won the challenge between Miss Sister Chimunya or Brother Stanley.
Who would you buy from? Who would you buy from?
Yeah, who would you buy from? And you are not having anybody decide because you said something.
Okay, so obviously the marking script will be what we've learned from the masterclass, isn't it? Yes, of course, that's the idea of our challenge, is to see if we have been able to apply what we've learned into practice. Okay, so obviously we need to have a winner, and we are going to vote us here. Okay, it's, you know, I think from
Yourself. Who do you think has won?
obviously if you left it up to me, I would say the male have won. Yes, I would say the male have won. But then it would be a biased view, isn't it? Because I'm already biased with the male. So let us now scrutinize and see and give reasons why this side would win, but obviously after we've voted, isn't it? So we're now going to cast it to a vote. So all of us have heard for ourselves. Okay, all of us have heard for ourselves. Let us see the winner. How many of us are saying that the male have won?
No way.
Have you seen where my hands have gone?
So we can be helped to the county so that we're not accused of being biased. Our dear friend there, Chama, will help us with the counting.
I feel like it's not going to be fair because there are a lot of male people in here and females, and every male is lifting their hand.
Oh, by the way, I'm trying to seem unbiased, eh? So it doesn't mean if you're a male, then you need to raise for the males. That's not the principle here. We're just supposed to follow the script, isn't it? Which was the lesson, okay? So let's just raise our hands again so that we can have a count.
Including the CEO, Mr. Chifunda.
Which ones are we voting for? The women?
We're also including everybody's hand in the room.
Okay, thank you so much. So our friend has actually assisted us with the numbers. How many of us are saying that the females really nailed it and the men, it was just superb? Let's raise our hands.
Yes.
Oh, there's a tie. Eh? Okay, let's see. Okay, thank you so much. So results have been taken in a minute or so. We are going to know who has actually won and why, based on the lesson that we had, the theoretical lesson in our sales class. Okay. So it's actually a very, very real thing. It can be applied, marketing our product. It's very possible people can buy your product at 20 kwacha when the others are buying it at 5 kwacha. It all goes with the way you market it, It all goes with the way you market it. Value addition, isn't it? Yes, how much value you add on your... Actually, even in our economy, we say copper is pricing at this much, but copper is not fixed to that. It can increase depending on how well we actually market it, and how much value we add to it, isn't it? Yeah, so those are just business techniques. Those are actually business techniques. So it's been a very practical lesson, and we've got more that we are going to be sharing. Just follow us on our page, obviously on social media platforms, and get more knowledge, more content in relation to the same. Sure, we've got our winner, so we'll just receive the name and we'll receive something with it.
Am I the one reading the name? If it's male, I'm not reading.
Obviously, it will be male. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Let me help you with that. So we've got our winner now, and our winner is.
Yay, we did it!
You tricked us!
Okay, indeed, they're saying the future is bright for our colleagues, eh? Okay. No challenge accepted.
I don't know what to say. Thank you for this. And I came in late for the class, but I'm grateful for what I have learned. I have been one person who has never really interacted in such forums. I think this is my first class ever. I have so many ideas in my head and everything. And so that day when I saw this master class, and I told myself, okay, let me give it a try. And I set my alarm yesterday so that I don't forget. And I also set it an hour before the program. But then there were other things that were in my way. I had to get away from work and everything. And then I looked at the time. It was 15:36. I was like, surely I should go in late. Maybe I should not just go. But I'm very grateful for what I have learned today. Thank you.
See? Who, the future is what? The future is what?
Female.
It is bright.
Yeah, it is bright.
And it goes for those that work hard.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to comfort yourselves. It's fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. That was our little challenge, and a round of applause to our females once more for scooping the prize. Okay, so we are just going to have maybe 2 or 3 comments as to why the majority have voted for this other, what can I call it? This other manifesto. Yes, a marketing strategy for our brand, and why not the other side? Okay, so anybody that wants to speak in favor for the winning side? Yes.
I think they were able to. Carry it nicely in such a way that when we talked about the principles and the fundamentals of sales, one of the things that really came out for me and really appealed was the fact that from its own definition, I think the CEO mentioned to say it's a transfer of feeling. So I think Nchimunia was able to, when she just walked up walked to the stage, she was able to relate so well, to create friendship with everyone, so that it was going to be a lot more easy for the product to be sold. So she appealed more to the people that she talked to in terms of promoting the product. She really appealed in that field. Then the other thing that really came out for me, I think, was the fact that she had this right attitude, of the product, that she was so much conversant with, in such a way that she was able to, speak with so much calm and ease, which made it perfectly executed. The other thing was she believed in herself. I think belief is what really drives us to, convince people to buy a product. So I think she was able to get some of the things that the CEO mentioned as the basic things that we need to have in order to make a sale. I think that's the reason why they were able to carry the day.
Okay, we can have another comment. Yes, you can come through.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
So I think the reason that she was able to do that was, like he said, she had a great attitude. So it showed that she cared. And then the other thing is, this is something I didn't learn in the masterclass, but I read it somewhere else. When she came, she's like, you look tired and thirsty. And that's a problem that people had. And then she provided a solution, which was the water.
The future is what? The future is what?
Right.
Can you? The future is what?
Right.
Okay. It has been wonderful having you people here. I hope we did our best. We made you feel comfortable. I hope you learned so much, and it's time that we have our closing remarks from our CEO, Mr. Brighton Chifunda. Can you come up front?
Thank you so much for coming through. We are so humbled and grateful. And congratulations to Nchumunya. Like he said, selling is a transfer of feeling. When she just came, she said, you look tired. And it was true, we were tired. She was able to appeal to our emotions. But there's only one thing, like the presentation, from both male and female, she also talked about benefits. When you are selling a product, you're not selling a product, you are selling benefits of the product. And from both sides, benefits were able to come out. But the only thing that was missing, I think, was the ability to ask for a sale. Whenever you're in a sales situation, always ask for a sale. But don't ask at Shetamanjomboloreko. Ask them, so you've talked about the benefits of the bottle. So how many bottles do you need? Do you want me to deliver them to your house, or you're going to go with them right now? Or do you want me to put them on a bus for you so that you go and find them at home? What color do you need 5 mils or 100 mils? You ask those questions. So at the end of the day, you need to close that sale by asking a question, not just it's a looking competition. So ask for a sale, and basically I think that was the only thing that was missing. I think much has been said. The only thing I would like to say is just to thank all of you for coming. We are so humbled at ZANU, and we would like to thank Exalt Media. They are the ones who have this. We are going to watch this entire event live on social media, and ideally this whole thing is going to be a TV program at some point. So that's what we are working towards. We are working on a TV We have so many reality TV programs that are not even making sense. We want something like this that can be on television, that people can watch and learn from. So that's where we're heading to. So if you feel like you want to partner with us in the future, we are always open. You don't borrow money to start a business. Us, we've already started the business. So if you feel you've got money that you want to give us, we have started. we can grow it. Anyway, that was just a by the way. But yeah, we are ready to partner with anybody that is willing to partner with us. And thank you once more for coming. For Exalt Media, all the events, we have lined up a lot of big events in the future. And we have a lot of big sponsors and partners who have actually come on board. We couldn't just mention them here because for the other events they're coming through. So we would like to see even individual companies, small businesses, to also partner with us. You can just buy ball pens for us. You know, you can say, okay, for this event in maybe just even for 100 kwacha, 200 kwacha, you sponsor an event, you become part of it. You also give you a platform, you speak, you sell your brand as well. Otherwise, thank you so much. May God bless you. Mwende wino sana.
Thank you so much once more again to the people following us on our social media platform. Thank you for watching. And in case I left out any question, we'll attend to your question. Me and Mr. Brighton Chifunda. ZANU is so grateful to have you here, and we're hoping to see you for our next masterclass. And have a ZANU beautiful day. Evening, day. You're welcome.
Closing prayer.
Okay, so just after we have our